Depending who we play, as you can see,
Sure.
depending on who we play, definitely.
I will.
But like you were saying, against the Cavaliers, I think we definitely have a better chance than the Knicks. I think the Knicks sort of have our numbers, man. But if we could, like I said, I love an underdog. That's the thing with me. I love an underdog, and sometimes a team like this just wakes up, and when the train leaves that station, we've seen it in 2019. Anything can happen.
Welcome, Toronto Raptor fans, to the final episode of this regular season, at least, of Raptors in Black and White. As always, we've got the coach, Headswag, in the house,
Howdy, howdy, folks.
and yours truly, Slang, talking about the Toronto Raptors and what the heck we've done in this past week and what do we think we're going to do in the playoffs. Now, funny enough, it is still actually up in the air. The Toronto Raptors have beaten the Brooklyn Nets handedly, actually. The heck was the final score here? One, one.
136.
Oh, there you got it.
Yeah, 136 to 101.
136, 101. So yeah, that game is over. But the reason I don't have that in front of me is I've got the Orlando Magic Celtics game sitting here. And Celtics were up big, but they sat their entire starting lineup for the fourth quarter, and Orlando has just been chipping away, getting back. And from what I understand, if Orlando wins, we end up playing the Knicks. So
The
I think,
Knickerbockers, people, the Knickerbockers. And you know what happened? We actually got swept by the Knickerbockers this year. And what's so funny and ironic is the last two games with Miami, we swept them for the year. So we completed a sweep and then go get a loss to get a sweep completed on us.
yes, no, and it's not good. We haven't beat the Knicks for like a couple of years, I think, maybe even 3 years. The number of games in a row that we've lost to them is
The last of
not,
them, yeah, it's not looking good.
no. So yeah, I'm really hoping. I mean, I will say in the game today, a couple of positives. I think that Brandon Ingram seemed to have stepped up, and he seems to have in the last few games, saying, "Hey, you guys got me to the playoffs. I'll show you that I can take it to the next level." I
Yep,
think Scotty Barnes as well. He had a triple double today with 12 rebounds, 12 assists,
yep.
18 points. So that's all good timing and good to see. But I really, sadly, if we're playing Cleveland, I think there's maybe a chance that we can get out of the first round, but I'm afraid that if we play the Knicks, it's going to be a sweep. It might be a gentleman's sweep.
I think it'll be
But
tough ball. I think we'll step up the game. Our games have been close, as you know, all year long against them. We do have the potential to give them some problems. Okay, and Mr. Quickly, okay, he's been resting up, so I'm thinking with him, we just signed AJ Lawson. Congratulations to that gentleman. He's worked hard for the last 2 years and he's got himself locked in. So I think it's a very good time for the Raptors right now. Like you just said, Scotty Barnes just coming out with a triple double, and we have our two big guys, Bi with 25 points, and I think Barrett with 26, either that or vice versa. But anyway,
you're
the
right, Barrett,
collective team is doing very great things right now going into the playoffs. So let's see if the mortar has started and if they rumble.
oh, believe me, like I just want to make it clear. Obviously, I hope they go in and sweep the Knicks. I hate the Knicks, but just to be realistic, they haven't
Oh
done.
yeah.
Yeah,
I want it to be a battle of the towers, but we still have ours. God grace to theirs. But definitely we would want to get some W's off of these guys, man. They've been handling us rough, like you said, for a while. So it would be nice to sock it to them.
well, even one victory would be good because I'm thinking of it like this. I'm thinking, this team, we haven't been in the playoffs since what, 23, I think they said, Scotty Barnes' rookie season.
Yeah.
And now we've kind of got some pieces coming together. They seem to have eliminated. It was actually funny. I was watching the Brooklyn Net broadcast in the game today, and it was interesting anyway to hear them talking about Dick saying, "Yeah, 13th overall pick, and he was such a promising, a potential guy coming up." And they're like, "Now he's pretty much out of the rotation. He got in some garbage time." But my point is, we seem
Yep.
to have figured out that Jacoby Walter is going to be the guy.
Yeah.
First off the bench. They seem to have Colin Murray Boyles going in there now that they've signed AJ Lawson, who again you coached at one point, I believe. You got a connection there directly. Uh,
We got a little bit of he was a Gator alumni, so definitely he was in our camp for a bit. So it was great to have him and to know that that we had a nice shot with this gentleman. So yeah,
Yeah, no, it's exciting, and obviously, I love that he's Canadian from Toronto area.
you
But
got it.
he seems to be the one going in there as the fifth guy because obviously we know Mamukelashvili has been pretty consistent in that second unit off
Oh yeah, oh
the
yeah,
entire
and
season.
and 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 like what you're just saying, in this game today, he hit a couple of threes, and that's what we need. And I know he could drain them. Those are like a layup for AJ. So definitely going into the playoffs. Let's see. I think we've opened up a little game here. We're not calling out our Raptors game plan, but and another thing too, which we're also forgetting. Congrats to the coach for his 100th victory. At least you know what I mean. He got over that century mark, and that's great to see as well. So, like I said, the Raptors all had something to celebrate going into this playoff right now. So I think, like I said, that the V8 is revving. Let's hope that the twin turbo starts kicking in when they go into the playoffs.
I pray, but like I really believe that even if they just get a couple of wins, what I'm really was trying to say is with this young unit, I just hope they don't go and get swept. Maybe that could help. Maybe a sweep will leave that bad taste in their mouth where they all summer are like, I can't wait to get back. I got to prove something. But I think it would be positive if we could get a win or maybe two that we kind of really work hard and together at and to get the victory so then they can kind of feel because I think they're going to be a little surprised at the speed and the increased sort of intensity in a playoff game going
In the
in.
playoff game. But like, hey, a lot of our guys have been there before. They have show of proved. We've got some stars on here. We definitely got some studs. They are young, but they're not that young. So listen, I think moving forward, and we've got a coach that hey, he knows what he's doing out there. So like you said, I think we'll get a couple of W's. Will we get to that second round? That's the question mark. But moving forward, I think we still have a very good chance.
Very good chance what of going advancing one round.
I'm advancing one round. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we could advance one round. I think we could get out of that. Depending who we play, as you can see,
Sure.
depending on who we play,
I,
definitely.
I will.
But like you were saying, against the Cavaliers, I think we definitely have a better chance than the Knicks. I think the Knicks sort of have our numbers, man. But if we could, like I said, I love an underdog. That's the thing with me. I love an underdog. And sometimes a team like this just wakes up, and when the train leaves that station, we've seen it in 2019. Anything could happen. So let's see.
Sure. I think our 2019 team was ridiculously stacked. But yeah, I'd love to see like an Indiana Pacer type run, where we can shock
Yeah.
some people. I mean, we ended up 46, the final record is 46 and 36, 561 percentage wise. We ended up 9.5 games back of Boston in the Atlantic standings, but nicely ahead of Philadelphia. That's, sort of who I hate the most. I certainly hate the Celtics and the Knicks. I don't love Brooklyn either. They just suck so bad that you don't even think about them. But now I'm just jumping back over. Oh, why'd they move the game around? Hold on 2 seconds. It's
Oh,
over. It's the final, the Magic game.
yeah.
Magic lose 113 to 108. So yeah, wow. Okay. I'm in a weird torn situation because I predicted the Raptors being sixth at the beginning of the season. So now we're suddenly fifth, and I was wrong like up until or sorry, I was right, I guess, until the last few seconds of the
Until the
season.
last second. That's right.
I know, and now they're fifth. But
That's
I do think
good.
that's better for us. So yeah, wow. So we're going to be playing Cleveland. All right, let's change. I'm changing my tune. I think we can beat Cleveland. I think that there's some weird matchup problems there. We seem to be able to shut down, Donovan Mitchell, and then they don't really seem to have anyone else that can get it going. I mean, we'll see what the heck happens with the beard.
Yeah, well, it's
Uh,
definitely going to be a good matchup. 'Cause like what you said, I see, like you said, some trade-offs between both teams, but I think we do have an advantage there, sort of, I believe. I think we have a little edge, put it that way. What do you think?
Yeah, slightly. I mean, listen, again, I don't know if we've played them completely healthy. I think Jared Allen was out maybe the first game we played them. And then their other Mobley, who was the same year of Scotty Barnes, he was out one of those games too. So I don't know if we played their full roster, but I think we could shut down Mitchell. I don't have any idea
But what
what James
about the
Harden,
beard?
what
Yeah,
yeah, what's Harden going to do in the playoffs? Is he
yeah.
going to shut down like he always does? I hope so, because again, I'm not a huge Beard fan either. So yeah, no, I think we can beat them. I think we match up at a
Oh, we need the trend to continue there. That's for sure. If that's who we're playing, yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think I
just
think we could pull it off. I think, like I said, I think we got a bit of an edge.
okay. So actually, 2 more seconds here. I'm going to just pull up the standings because I just want to check something. Because the other day we were looking at it. The NBA does not. Come on, where's the standings? The NBA does not reseed, correct? So we don't know who the heck I guess is going to make it into the play-in. But if Detroit plays, I don't know, hypothetically say the Charlotte Hornets, and Boston plays the Magic, Atlanta plays the Knicks. I'm going to assume that Detroit, Boston, Knicks win those. Raptors win. I guess we will end up playing. How does it work? Do we end up playing the Knicks then, or do we play Boston? I don't know.
Yep. And this year, as you're bringing it up with those guys, against the division, I think we only did 4 games. We only had 4 wins in our division. So like we're not too hot in our division. So I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not great.
What we're coming to look forward to, but it is the playoffs. So
Okay, so then, all right, we're playing Cleveland. What are you thinking? Cleveland or Toronto wins in how many games?
I say Toronto in 4. I say Toronto gets it in 4. It's going to 7. I think it's going our first round's going to 7.
Okay, wait, hold on. So you mean Toronto in 7? You think it's going 7 games?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, because obviously, right, Toronto win 4. Wow. All right. Well, hmm. I'm thinking the Raptors could win it in 6, and I'm only saying that to be different because I do think that if we do pull it off, 7 games makes total sense. Uh, we're not, we played them well and beat them, but we didn't dominate them. And as I said, I'm not 100% sure they had a full squad at all when we played them. So,
Yeah, and I know they get some. They're just like us. I know they play pretty good at home. So let's see what happens. We need a couple wins from them at in their house. So let's see exactly what happens.
yeah, we'll have to steal one. And then, okay, so I guess the playoffs start next week. Are we going to, I guess we'll continue to do Sunday
Oh yeah,
broadcasts, but we'll probably be previewing because I think they do the play in next week. By Friday. I think the NBA playoffs start Saturday, so we
that's right.
might be talking about one game. Hopefully, we'll have played one game. Maybe we'll be playing Sunday, though. We won't know, I guess, until they release the schedule. But
The schedule. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna keep the hot guys for Sundays. I think we'll be on the Saturday list. Don't worry.
yeah,
We're in the show and prove category. So we you know what I mean?
yeah, Cleveland doesn't necessarily help glitz it up at all either with their small market. I saw a U.S. broadcaster saying something about they had us in the group of games that will be on NBA TV, and they had the
Okay.
Raptors saying, "Yeah, you want to know where to find the Raptors if they're in the playoffs? They'll be on NBA TV."
Okay.
Like that's kind of a dig against us. Um, all right, well, yeah, we did pretty well predicting, the last few games of the season. We both got them all correct. So well, hopefully that carries over into this first round of the playoffs and we can beat the Cavs and move on to round 2. That's what I'm hoping.
So you heard it first, folks. Raptors black and white. Raptors in the playoffs. Who we beating? The Cavs.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. We're going to take them down. It's been a more successful year, I think, than I think you were saying that you had them fifth, or I don't know where you predicted the Raptors at the beginning of the year. We may have to go back a
Oh
little.
yeah, I was way low. I think I said third or something like that. I said that they would be
Oh,
doing very dominant this year, but
sorry, maybe you did say third. Yeah, I think you were right. You were extra high on Brandon Ingram, which I mean, hey, he's had a great impact. We just had a little bit of injury problems at the beginning of the year, and I think with our system, had they not been trying, and again, this was a point I was trying to make earlier. I think had they not been trying to crowbar Grady Dick in or battle or trying to figure out what it was, maybe they should have decided sooner that AJ Lawson is going to get the minutes, and that Jacoby Walter's going to be the main other guy because they figured out Shed. I mean, it's obvious Shed's been great. I liked
Yeah,
Mum from the beginning of the year coming off the bench in that 6 spot when Pirtle was injured, and even at the start he did well.
that's right.
So, yeah, I think those two are obvious, and Colin Murray Boyles has been better, I think, than people thought, but it's definitely good to get him in there as our rookie pickup. But yeah, they tried to get Grady Dick, they tried to say Jameson Battle, and now they just realized, it's Jacoby and AJ, and those guys are actually hitting threes, which is something that we need. We've had sad 3-point shooting, and I
That's
hate
right.
when other people come into the Scotiabank Arena and they're just draining threes like crazy. We've got no answer to stop them.
We got no answers to stop them. So yeah, let's like I said, we want to be stars. We're gonna have to stop the stars. So like I said, we got our trifecta. One of them today had a triple double. The other two scored 50 points, nearly half of our team's points out there. So it's a good mix. And like I said, IQ has not been on the court. And when he comes, has he been on the court? I don't believe he's been on the court. He's been on the court,
He
but
was
it's
in
been
today,
minimal
but
minutes.
he was off. Yeah, he didn't fully play a full game. They said he had like plantar fasciitis, which I don't know. Is that like a wart or something on your foot? Um, so yeah, he did not play the full game. Shed was definitely in more minutes than Emmanuel.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen, I agree. I think Brandon Ingram definitely looks like it matters to him the last few games. I think he's going to try and step up. I can't wait to see if the Raptors can take their game to the next level in the
To the
playoffs.
next level. Oh, they set the bar right now. We got 46 wins for the year, 36 losses, I believe. So I think we've kylaxed. We're gonna get a couple of wins out of this, and hopefully, like we said, we could see a second round coming forth.
All
Good
right.
luck to you, Raptors.
I will, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the play-in tournament. We'll be back next week to talk about all the games that happened and obviously preview the upcoming ones. And who knows, we're not sure if we will be talking about a Raptor game or not. But either way, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share with friends, comment, and make sure you join us next week for our next edition.
Show love, people. Wrap it up all day.
All right, we're out. Thank you. See you guys
Bye
next
now.
week.